But after all this, I started to apply textures to this image here. And so what I did first is I grabbed the peeling paint texture right here. So I'll double click on that and bring that into Photoshop. Then I'll come up here to select all, edit, copy, and then I'll go ahead and close this out. And then what I'll do is paste this texture here. You can see I've already done this, but I'm going to go ahead and repeat this whole process here so you can see exactly how I masked this texture onto her face. I'm going to come up here to edit and down here to paste. And yes, I'll go ahead and click OK. So we want to get this texture over her face. And I did this with just an overlay. Or actually I used like a color burn or something like that. I used an image adjustment or a blending mode to blend this texture over her face. And we can do that right now by clicking on this texture and then coming over here to color burn. And then I can go over here to edit, free transform. And what we can do is resize this. I can hold down Alt and Shift, which is Option and Shift on the Mac. And I can resize this texture down and position it where I want on her face here. And I'll just move this around here till I find a spot that I like. I kind of like this crack here, or this whatever it is going through her eye. So I think I'll probably leave it somewhere around here. And I'll go ahead and press the checkbox at the top of the options bar, or press the Enter key on the keyboard to confirm that. So let's create a layer mask on this layer. I'll just do this really quickly. I'll click on this Add Layer Mask button right here, and then I'll select the paintbrush with a large soft brush. And I'm just going to paint on the areas that I don't want that texture to be on, because having that texture there now is just covering up a lot of these areas, and we want to be able to see all these areas, so we don't want that texture there. I can even zoom out here a little bit and see about getting the very top of that. Looks like that's something else there, so I'll just leave that. And we can see that texture is a bit dark. So in this case, what we can do is click on this texture layer, hold down the Alt key, which is the Option key on the Mac, and I can create an image adjustment to brighten this texture. And that'll make it blend in really nicely. But I want to hold down that key while I select brightness and contrast on this menu here. And then I'll put a little check box or a little check mark in that box right there. And then I can brighten the contrast of this a little bit, something that looks like that. And I can go back to that anytime because it is an image adjustment, so I can just double click on that and bring it back and make an adjustment anytime I want. And I'll probably click on here and touch up some areas. And I'm just showing you this very quickly here so you can understand how I do this, but I don't want it on her lips here, so I'm just going to make it look like this.